welcome to the part 5 of this animation series, where I'm going to walk you through this animation you can see right now, and I'm going to show you how to make the camera spinning around the bottle and also make the text showing off around the bottle. So let's get started. Okay, so select everything and delete it. Now we can append the bottle. Go to collection and select the bottle. Now we can append the ice cube. So go to File, Append, Ice, Collection, and Ice. We can hide the ice for now. So right now what we can do, we can create a new collection and we can call it Cam. Shift A and add camera. Shift A and we will add curve and circle, scale it. Go to constraint and add, select the camera, go to constraint and add follow the path. Now what we can do, we can delete this empty and we can add new empty and make it cube. Move it upwards to the middle of the bottle and select the camera again and the constraint and track 2 and select the empty. Now open your window, go to camera view, move the circle upwards and scale it so the whole bottle is in there. Also select the camera and make the focal length 65 millimeters. Okay, this is just fine. Now open your window and go to video sequencer and add the music. The waveforms turn on. When you hit hold Control and middle mouse button, you can scale it like I do right now. And we will start on the frame 282. And for the end, you can put 600. So now select the camera, go to constraint, and over here by offset, add a keyframe. And because the drums are, I have already tested it, so the drums are every 40 frames. And the first drum we want to make the camera speed up is on the frame 300. I can move this keyframe to the frame 300. And on the first frame, which is 282, we will offset the camera by, let's say, -4, 5. So it's already moving. It's too fast, so we can do -3. And now, every 40 frames, I will add value 25. So on the frame 380, we will put value 50, 420, 75, and on the frame 460, we will put 100. What we can do, we can also select the circle, go to front view, and we can rotate it. So the camera changes the height, and sometimes it's like top view and front view and view from the bottom, so it's more effective. So now we can select the camera and go to graph editor, hit comma, and hit V and make it free. Control and middle mouse button to scale. And over here we will select this handle and make it vertical. And here we will select the bottom handle and make it horizontal. Not completely horizontal, but close to horizontal. You're making it vertical because the more vertical the line is, the faster it goes. And the more horizontal it is, the slower it goes, the camera. So we want to make the camera go faster on the drum. So we make it vertical. Right, so let's see what we have. Alright, and we can move on. And what we will do right now, you want to make the camera go closer to the lid and record how the lid is getting off the bottle and moving upwards. So I go to timeline and I look for the next drum, which is on 460. So I will select the circle, add location, rotation and scale. And go by 20 frames, hit N and 0 the rotation. And scale it down. Also move it upwards. We will select the empty cube, go to frame 460, add a keyframe, and on the frame 480 we move it upwards as well. You can select the circle and go to graph editor again. And we can hide all these lines and only select the Z location and hit comma to zoom in. V and make it free. And we'll also make it vertical. And the scale, select it and hit comma. And also make it free. Now what we will do, we'll select the lid, empty, go back to timeline, on the frame 480 add keyframe for location, rotation and scale, and on the frame 520 move it upwards and rotate it by 360 degrees on the Z-axis. Go back to graph editor, hide everything and only unhide the Z location, comma, to zoom in. V, make it free. And make it vertical. Also, what we could do, select the cube, go to frame 520, and move it upwards as well. V and make it free. And this, make it also vertical. And here, make it horizontal. And here, V, and make it vertical. Just like that. Select the empty from the lid and go to rotation on the Z, comma, make it free. What we want to do, we want to make the first frame also vertical. So it starts fast and then slow down. But don't make it completely vertical, just like I do right now. Okay, let's preview the whole animation. Select the camera and select the last frame, the last keyframe, and move it to 520. So the camera is still spinning when it's getting closer to the lid. We have smoother transitions. Select the circle and go to Graph Editor. And now turn on the scale on the X and Y axis. Select them. We make it free. And make them look the same as the Z-axis line. Now select all of them. And we can drag them more down. Like that. Yeah, that's better. So now it's faster and there is more time when it just stops. So right now we will focus on the text, so you can download any text you want from Google Fonts or use the default text. I have downloaded Montserrat text, which I like, and I've been using in this tutorial. So let's get started. I have created new collection text, and I will go and with Shift A and add text. And if you go here to the font settings, you can go to his icon, and you can go to downloads or wherever you have downloaded the font and select the font you like to use. So now we'll position text and rotate it. If you click Shift, then you go to edit mode and you can edit the text. So I will put 3 colors. And I will position it next to the bottle. You can go to top view to make sure. Alright, So now we have the first text. Right now what we can do, we can go ahead and we can select the camera and look how many text we will add. So at frame 300 you will have one text here, second text here, third text here, and fourth text here. So on the frame 340 I will select the text, Shift D to duplicate it, and rotate it by 90 degrees on the Z-axis. Make sure it's also good aligned, like this. Do Shift, and you can make the color black. Then type in black. Shift D, position it again. Y, put 0, rotate it by 90 degrees on the Z. Select the camera and go to next one, no 380, and try to position the text the same way, the same distance as it was the text before. Do Shift, Tab, go to edit mode and put blue. Select the camera and here do the same thing, Shift D to duplicate the text. On the x-axis put 0, rotate it by 90 degrees and move it closer to the bottle so it's about the same distance. So right now we can start working on the text. I will also select the three colors and duplicate it for later. And I will rename it so I know, called drink, because this will be our last text. Okay, so I have just noticed that this text has this line underneath the letters, and I don't really like it. So I have decided to go with the regular font which Blender has. But if you want to download any other font, you can just download it and then click here and go to downloads and select the font and open it. But I will not do that. I will just go with the normal font from Blender. So I will delete it by pressing X. So now we have the three colors, and what we have to do, we have to convert it to the mesh. And I will also name it three colors. And I will add cube. I'll go to viewport display and make it wider so I can see through. Place it all over the text, like this. Now select the text and go to modifiers and add boolean modifier. And select the cube, and as you can see, it disappeared. So now it's time to animate this. So what I will do, I'll go to the first frame and I will go to the last frame. move it to the right. The text I will move closer to the border so it's visible. And I will go on the frame 305 and move the box back so it covers the text. So we have animation like this. So the text disappears. I will do the same thing with the black text, and I will do Shift S and cursor to select it. Also, we can rename this cube to 3colors underscore cube. And now we will add the new cube. Do the same thing, make it wire so we can see through. Select the text and convert to mesh. Rename it to black. Go to modifiers and add boolean modifier. And select the cube. Go to frame 310 and move it so the text is visible. On the frame 340, what we will do, we will add a keyframe, and on frame 350, we will move it all the way back, so it's invisible again, the text. Select the blue, same thing, convert it to the mesh, rename it blue, Shift S, cursor to select it, Shift A and cube. Make it wire, move it and scale it so it covers the text. Select the text, go to modifiers and add boolean. And go to frame 350. Move it so the blue can be visible. And on the frame 340, move it back so the letters are invisible. On the frame 380, add a keyframe. And on the frame 390, move it back so the text is invisible. Now we have the last text. And this will be, we have to still edit it. So go to edit mode and make brown, capital letters. Shift S, cursor to select it and convert this to mesh. Shift A and add cube. Make it wire. Scale it. Select the text and add modifier boolean. and do the same thing. On frame 380, add a keyframe, and on frame 390, move it so the text is visible. And on the frame 420, add a keyframe, and 430, move it back so it's invisible. So this is what we have. Let's go back, and we have to fix this because this is so fast. 3 colors. So give it also 10 frames. And now what we will do, you will add one more text, which I have saved here. It's 3 colors, and I will move it upwards. Go to edit mode and type spill-proof system. Just type spill-proof and scale it down. You go to front view, duplicate the text, and type system. Scale it so it's about the same size as the top text. And move it downwards. And what we can do, we can convert it to the mesh and Ctrl J, join. Scale it down so it's close to the bottle, so it's visible in the camera viewport. And now we will do Shift A and we will add a new cube. Make it wire again so we can see through, and select the split-proof system and add boolean and select the cube. Scale the cube so it covers the text. Add a keyframe to frame 460. And on frame 470, move it. I also want to At the text, move it up more upwards, the text. So it's not in the bottom of the camera, and also make it smaller a bit. Yes, like that. Turn the auto keyframe on and scale the cube on the z-axis. Alright, so looks like we are finished with the animation and the text. So let's preview it. And it finishes on the frame 520. So this will be our end of the animation. Alright guys, so that's it for this tutorial, and in the next one I'm going to show you how to do the shading, materials, lighting, and also build the environment and get the final render. So see you in the next one. Bye bye.